Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Day after Valentine's Day. Hope we didn't forget. February 15th. Hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully you're putting your energy where it needs to be. You're channeling that energy where it should go. Watching the Super Bowl last weekend, exciting game. Weird finish, but a pretty exciting game, and the halftime show and everything around that. It's one of the few, if only, football games I usually check out. I'm not a huge fan, but I usually watch some playoffs and the odd game here or there. But what made me think of channeling our energy, which is what we're going to talk about tonight on PatFacts, is something I kind of noticed late in the game or even after the game. It was a post on social media, surprise, surprise, and it was about someone at the stadium, a male, really enjoying the Rihanna show, the halftime show, and both hands in the air, singing away. And the post was made in sort of a way to kind of make fun of this person. It was wow, someone really enjoyed the Rihanna show, and a kind of a laughing emoji. And I try not to get too involved in commenting and things, but I thought, and I commented eventually, who cares? Let them enjoy what they want. Why does it matter? Why do we need to make fun? And then I suggested maybe they should just stick to reporting on sports instead of trying to find these little clickbait things or these ways to make fun of people. We've talked about it here before, how that's not really great energy. To maybe view some of these things that are making fun of people and trying to create that just for clicks and likes and things. And again, it made me think, why bother? Who cares? If that man likes Rihanna that much, if a woman likes Rihanna that much, if anyone wants to have both arms up, belting out at the stadium with a ticket they paid money to go and see, then who cares? There's better places to channel our energy than making comments and things like that. So it just made me think of of us and the journeys we're on and what we're trying to accomplish, how important it is to channel our energy into the appropriate outlets, the appropriate place, the appropriate direction, making sure that it's going to something productive for us, because we're going to have a lot going on. We're going to have obstacles thrown in our way. We're going to have doubters. We're going to have even supporters who maybe want to try to be too hands-on today. We're going to have different things to deal with. And we need to be able to channel our energy properly and not get sucked into the negativity that could be out there and around us, and look at ways that we can, again, stay in that positive mindset. So if we're working on our fitness, maybe some of that energy we can take and channel it into our workouts. Maybe we can take some energy and channel it into our meal prep, make sure we're fueling the body properly to get the most out of the workouts that we're having. Maybe we can channel the energy into a nighttime routine so we can properly unwind and get a good night's sleep, so the mind and the body can rest and recover and recharge and rejuvenate, so that, again, we can see the progressions and the benefits of an exercise program. And again, this is just kind of exercise specific, but really any kind of goal that you're working on, we need to be properly channeling that energy. And it's very easy to get drawn in or caught up in kind of that negativity or channeling that energy where it just doesn't need to go. So again, take a look at things, do a little evaluation. We like to tie in some tasks to our Wednesday nights and maybe make that the night you do some personal development or work on some new skills after PatFacts or before, kind of tying into that evening of it. And again, trying to make the most of your time, not necessarily multitask, but make the most of your time. So maybe do a little audit tonight, or when you allot time to work on you, do a little audit. How are you channeling your energy? Are you channeling it appropriately? Are you sending it the right way? Are you making the best use of it possible so that you get the most out of it? But again, those around you get the most out of it as well. So some things we can check on, things like social media. What are we taking in? Are we maybe following too many accounts that get into the maybe the pettiness or the unnecessary making fun of people for no reason, or trying to to gain really off other people. This person, from what I could see in the clip they had, the camera was behind them. They had no idea. I don't think they were being filmed, or if they did, maybe someone else posted it after, or it got sent out. Maybe someone posted it as maybe originally it was a positive post about look how much fun he's having enjoying Rihanna, and then this outlet took it and maybe flipped it the other way. Again, I'm just going by where I saw it and the message it sent. But take a look at your social media feeds. Are you taking in good content? As Todd Durkin, our buddy in the field, like to say, it's called a feed for a reason, a social media feed, because it's feeding you information. So we want to think of what we're taking in and ingesting, not just food wise and hydration wise, but what are we taking in through social media? What are we reading? What are we listening to? Are there areas we can maybe make a couple changes so we can direct our energy in a more positive manner, so that again we reap the benefits from that, and those around us do as well. So taking a look at those social media feeds. I know it's tricky with so many platforms and different things going on, but maybe we take a look at maybe one platform at a time. Look through it. What's your feed like? Do a little scrolling. Maybe set a timer. Be purposeful with it. But maybe do a little scrolling as an audit to see what types of things show up, and maybe some accounts that you just don't really have a need for anymore. Maybe you used to. Maybe it was a time when you were trying to maybe feel good. We all kind of go on social media times to get a laugh, or to see what others are doing. Maybe we don't need that. Maybe we just need a better source of that. So take some time, or even go through your followers list every once in a while. I'll pop on mine, for example, and sometimes I'll scroll through at people I'm following and take a look at them. Have I seen anything from them lately? Has it been something that maybe I didn't agree with or did? Maybe they've changed their content. There's been a few accounts that I had followed and kept an eye on because they had some sport tie-ins, some different brands I was interested in, different content, and then now they've switched it and gone completely 180 and kind of changed it to a different style of an account. So I've had to go through and do some audits of those to kind of get that energy away, and again save my energy for where I really want it to go. Thinking of your circle of five. We talked about you're the sum of the five people that you spend the most time with. Think of that circle of five, or that circle of friends. Are they people that kind of draw you into that negativity, maybe that sort of bitterness, gossipy kind of crowd, or are they someone who would kind of maybe channel some energy at making fun of a person, like the post that I saw? Would they channel to make fun of someone because of what they enjoy, or how they dress, or things like that? Because to me, there isn't really time for that. It's not a way we should be kind of conducting ourselves. So maybe there's people like that, and again, maybe there's people that just are kind of, oh, poor me, and it's kind of everything's negative and everything's going to end in a bad way. They always have that pessimistic outlook. Maybe you need to just sort of scale back a little bit and spend maybe more time with those people who are on the same path as you, have been on that path before, are as motivated as you, or as upbeat maybe as you are. Trying to see, hey, Bonnie, welcome in. Good to see you. No worries for being just 10 push-ups for being late as usual. Good to see you. Welcome in. Maybe you need to, again, take a look at that circle of people you're spending time with and just readjust. Maybe you just need to spend a little more time with those positive people. Maybe the people who you feel are a little more negative, or a little more down, or again aren't channeling the energy appropriately as like you want to. Maybe there's a way you can channel your energy into that group, into that circle, to hopefully uplift them. Or maybe you can bring that group up a little bit into positivity and channel their energy, the groups as a whole, maybe their energy in a better way. And then again, maybe as they go back to their other groups or their workplaces, maybe they'll lead from your example and have that positive outlook, that positive channeling of energy out to their people and their groups and their interactions. So that again, hey, Natty, welcome in. Good to see you. So that you can, again, just try to build that positivity. We talk positivity pandemic here all the time, and that's what it is. It's channeling that energy. We talk about sharing the energy out to create that positivity pandemic and keep that spreading. But again, we have to look internal sometimes too, and have our own systems in place and have our own energy where it needs to be, so we can better share that positive energy with those around us. So again, if you're just tuning in, welcome. If you're on recording, again, welcome. Always great to have you here. Make sure you comment, say hello, so we know where you're tuning in from. Let us know, or even that you're here. We can respond back as you go through. So we're just chatting about a post I saw after the Super Bowl about I think it was a young man. It was a man enjoying Rihanna, both hands up, singing along. And the connotation of the post was, I took it as sort of making fun of the person, maybe because it was a male enjoying Rihanna so much and belting the song along. And I thought, who cares? If he enjoys it, he enjoys it. Why am I seeing this? This doesn't matter to the Super Bowl to me. It makes no difference. They were paying their ticket there to watch it. So we're just talking about channeling our energy appropriately. I found that was a poor choice of a way to channel the energy and talk about what was an exciting game and an exciting event. Again, the concert was exciting, the halftime show. There was more to talk about than just that. It didn't need to be reported by sort of an outlet, really, an outlet of news or sports that posted it. And again, I just didn't think it was appropriate use of energy. So we're talking about ways to better channel our energy. So I'd love to hear from you if you're here with us live or even recording. If you've noticed any maybe negative energy channeling, or some areas in your life that maybe you've scaled back or are going to scale back, or some areas maybe you're going to audit that maybe there is some negative energy there. Maybe I'm channeling something the wrong way, where we had our pal Blake on a few weeks ago talking about vision boards. Maybe I can take some of this energy I have and channel it to finishing my vision board, my vision book, and having that ready so I can see those reminders of where I want to be, how I want to end up there, how I want to live my ideal life. So then I can continue to channel my energy towards that. And then as something comes up that maybe is right now, as I thought it was a little petty myself, that seems petty or inappropriate or not a good fit, then hopefully those flags will wave to say, whoa, this isn't something we want to be a part of. So then maybe if it's a social media example, maybe it's a block, it's an unfollow, whatever the case may be. Again, if it's a group of people, maybe again, it's scaling back the amount of time you spend with them. Maybe you try to shift your focus and your time to those who do support you or share your sentiments or your energy, so that you can, again, have that good channeling of places that you're going. So take those times, audit things you're doing. Again, tonight, if it is your personal development night, like we've talked about before, try to tie that into tonight. Maybe do a little audit of your social media, maybe your friends, and just look at ways that you can channel your energy a little better. And again, maybe look at your goals, maybe look at your systems as well. Are things working? Are they not? Are you maybe spending too much energy in one area where it could be a little more positively used in a different area? Again, depending how often you're with us, since October, basically, we've been talking about 2023, New Year's resolutions or goals, maybe more so than resolutions, we try to call them, but different ways to set them up. Again, we're now a month and a half into 2023, so maybe it's time to take a look at things. We talked about it on the first of the month as well, checking in, tracking. Again, maybe now you look at, as you're looking through these systems and seeing what's working and what's not, maybe it's time to say, you know what, I'm putting a lot of energy into my program planning for the gym. I'm writing out workouts in my tracking log. Maybe it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be set. And then I can channel some more energy maybe into the actual workouts, or into some meal prep, or into some recipe lookups, or into maybe tracking my actual workouts and filling in the sheet that I'm trying to make so perfect. Then there's different ways we can look at that. So we can look at what's going on, and maybe some of these sticking points or areas that you're struggling with as you try to work towards your goals. Maybe those are areas where you just need to shift your focus a little bit and shift your attention and your energy to maybe a different portion. And maybe that improving will help the other goals come around, or the other areas come around. Maybe you can have, as we've all said, our systems are all connected. So you shift your focus over to here, it'll probably help this system come up anyway. As you start, say in my example, not having a perfect workout tracker, but just using what you have, maybe in using it, you'll discover what you need to have, or what you'd prefer to have on a tracking sheet. And then you can make modifications and change it. And a lot of us, myself included, get stuck into, I have to have it just so before we can start. When really we need to start so we can make it just so. We can make it the way we want to, because there has to be trial and error. What can we do? What's working? What's not going to work? And then I can modify it. Then I can adjust it and make it work better for me. So don't be afraid to, as we do these check-ins on, yes, your progress, yes, your plans, what's going on, maybe take a look at your systems again, your practices, your energy. What's taking up a lot of your energy? Maybe there's something we can cut out. Maybe there's certain tasks you can do. You hear all the top performers kind of say, do what you do best and hire the rest. Maybe you're not there quite yet or in that position, but maybe you can focus some more energy on what it is you do best, or maybe less. Maybe you don't need as much energy on the things you do the best because you do them great already. Maybe a little more energy to the things that you need to do a little better at. Maybe they come up a little bit, and that's going to help what you do great even more, because all those systems, again, will be intertwined and connected. So we want to put systems in place. We want to do these trackings like we've talked about before, and our progress. That includes some of these areas like energy and focus and time commitments, things like that. Take a look at where you could maybe make things more efficient, or have a better use of what you're doing and how you're spending your time to, again, maybe your plan is okay. Maybe your system's great. You've got things really intact. You've got contingency plans. You've got options. You know there's busy times and slow times. You're trying to accommodate for that. But maybe you just need to really shift your focus and your energy to a different place within that plan. And then maybe that's the sticking point right now of why you're not seeing the results you thought you would or should be by now. There's so many different areas to look at. Try not to get stuck on just one component. Really do a deep dive. And again, that's where someone like me as a fitness and wellness coach can pay off, because I can be a set of outside eyes. I can look at the plan you have, the workouts you're trying to accomplish. And again, maybe it's just a matter of saying, you know what, you've got a lot of time focused on doing these things right now. Here's an alternative, or what you have is great right now. Focus on this part. Let's get to the gym. Let's build consistency. Let's get into a routine. And then maybe we can modify some things after. Sometimes we channel our energy into improving everything at once, and then nothing gets done because we're trying to do everything together or get everything just so, when sometimes we just need to get things going, maybe build a routine, build consistency, again, do some trial and error so we know what's going to work and what's not, and then we can improve upon things. So we just need to maybe look at where our energy is going when we do that. Just want to pop in here again. Bonnie's here. Welcome. Good to see you. Natty's here. Natty says she's going to do, Marina up here. Nat says, I'm doing a digital detox next week. Excellent idea. There's too much negativity online. I need a break. For sure. There's so much out there right now. Just different areas, different people, different generations really interacting on some of these platforms now. That you get sort of that difference of opinion and different things coming at you. We need to, again, to modify that. Maybe we need to unfollow some of those negative people or block them for 30 days or something like that. Do an audit, see what things are out there. Again, maybe look at who you're following and what you're doing. But a digital detox is always a good idea, even without the negativity. It's nice to disconnect and unplug for a little bit and be away. And again, something I'm trying to work on as well is scaling back my digital content a little bit as far as consuming, and focus more on the creating and putting things out for you guys more often, and doing a little less consuming, because then you get into the negativity and the poor energy and the poor attitudes. Then sometimes you get sucked into those wormholes of commenting or posting. And again, usually I don't comment on those types of things, but seeing that one, I did comment. Why does this comment need to be here to make fun of this person, this guy enjoying Rihanna? Who cares? If he enjoys it, he enjoys it. He paid his money to be there to see the game and to see the concert and have a good time. Maybe he had a couple refreshments and was enjoying himself. Like, don't post it to make fun of the person. You didn't need that little laughy thing at someone's enjoying the concert. Why? Just talk about the game. That's all that needed to be there. So definitely have those detoxes or those little breaks are always great to have. Pep, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, and very true, Bonnie. Bonnie, to follow up to Nat's comment, very draining at times for sure. It can be really draining. We sort of get, as I read more about this and hear more about this, we get into that sort of good feeling of social media, that those dopamine hits, those things as people reply to us or comment or post something that we like to see, we kind of come back for that. But then if you get into that again, a wormhole of it, it's really draining because you come up and down out of that system. You feel good, and then you kind of come down out of it. You feel good seeing it, come down out of it, and then you almost get dependent on it because you want to have that good feeling. And that's when you get into that kind of mindless scrolling or always picking up the device and getting back to it. And then you kind of leave and feel drained because you've been staring at a screen for a long time. And again, your energy kind of flops up and down based on what you're seeing, what you're taking in. And for sure, Bonnie, it can be very, very draining. And then if you're drained and tired and burnt out, then you don't feel like working on yourself or working on your goals or doing those things. And again, I've been there, something I'm working with as well. So I totally can relate to all this that we're talking about here. And Natty says she's going to focus. I'm going to focus on my goals, taking action. For sure, that's awesome. We've been here talking about theme words and vision boards and our goals and contingency plans and tracking. We've been talking about all the steps to put in place, but sometimes it's taking action that's the hardest part. Thinking for myself, sometimes going to a fitness conference or a show, you get there, you go there for like 3 to 5 days, depending on the type of show it is, how many sessions you take, and you get all these ideas, and you're around like-minded people, and your energy's up, and you feel great. But sometimes you get so much energy, thinking, okay, when I get home, I'm going to organize my notes and write them out and put my workouts in order of how I want to do them, or this class format and this. And then you get home and you kind of crash from the energy and everything going on, and then maybe you don't use a lot of the stuff you take in. So it's almost like not taking full advantage of it. Taking action is some of the hardest steps for a lot of us, whether it's getting to our goals or even just doing some personal development, professional development, and trying to put that stuff into action. Action is usually the most difficult step for a lot of people. And some of the other steps before that get put off because we don't want to get to that action step. Or we think things, again, have to be just so before we can take action, when in reality, we need to take action, and then we can fine-tune things from there as you go through. So yeah, great point, and it can be quite draining as you go through. And then again, if you're, and Bonnie, sorry as well, it can be draining. And then if you're drained, you're probably not taking the action you need to take. And then that can start that negative talk of, here I go again, I'm not getting things done, whatever you're going to get into. And then that can further drain you and make you not want to take part. Then maybe you go back to the scrolling, the internet, the distraction. And then you can see that cycle, how it really just kind of ramps itself up and really impedes your goals and your progress and what it is you're trying to accomplish. When really we just want to do a little bit every day, be as consistent as we can, make as good of choices as we possibly can, and do our best. And then again, we want to take advantage of being a New Year's resolution, not just a January resolution, a New Year's goal, as we've kind of termed it more here. Again, starting early to get ready, that we've got the whole year to work on this. So it doesn't have to all be done today, but we want to have steps in place to do a little bit each day to work towards that goal. And I really think channeling our energy can be a useful tool. And again, something I'm going to do an audit of as well. Just thinking of some things that have been going on for me lately. It's kind of pulling my energy in other places and draining it from where I kind of need it to focus on other things going on. So I want to try to clean that up and fix that up a little bit so I can channel it where it needs to go to, again, see some of the better results that I'm hoping to see as well. So again, if you can think off the top of anything, maybe where your energy is being channeled not as efficiently as it should be, maybe an area where you want to channel some more energy. Like Natty mentioned, focusing on her goals, taking action. So she's going to channel maybe some energy that she's maybe spending on social media and digital platforms right now with her detox. She'll have maybe that time and hopefully that energy to switch to working on her, focusing on her goals and taking that action that she's looking to take those next steps towards that goal. And again, saving that energy, like Bonnie said, maybe that's something we can use to our advantage. Kind of like looking at your schedule, when we look at those busy times and slow times and trying to really push forward, maybe when it's a little lighter schedule-wise, and then modifying if we need to when the schedule is really heavy, rather than giving up. Maybe if we can do something where we're, again, going to gain some extra energy, that's the time to really channel it into those good outlets. And again, do an audit, a little plan, a little discovery of where am I maybe misusing some energy? Where can I better position it? Where can I better aim it and channel it? And then again, use the time where you do have the extra energy from digital detox or from being maybe away from work for a few days, where you don't have the stressors and the demands on you, where you can really set a plan in place and get things working for you. And then when some of those things come back into play, again, we just have to modify, put the plans in place to modify for that coming back, that social media, that again, going back to work after a few days away, whatever the case is, plan for that. Okay, when I go back to work, I know my schedule's going to be like this again. I'm going to have these things to do. How can I keep this good energy channeled where I have it channeled? How can I keep that going? I won't be able to do what I'm doing this week while I'm off. What can I do next week when I'm back to make it work? And then plan, put these things in play. Look at your schedule, look at your routines. Where can I work on making sure that this energy stays where I need it to be? Do I need to move some things around before or after work to boost my mood, my energy, to help my stress, mood management, so that again, I can be in a better position to do some of the things I need to do. Again, it takes some self-auditing, some looking, a little self-control, and just some planning, working on yourself, because you're worth it. We're all worth working on. We need to do a little more channeling energy that way into working into ourselves, and less to worrying about how much someone enjoys Rihanna or doesn't enjoy Rihanna or the Super Bowl or whatever the case, or how someone falls off a snowboard and falls down a hill. It doesn't really matter. Again, we just need to find different ways to put that energy to use for us, and we'll see the reward from it. We'll see that return on investment. So again, if you're stuck and you're not sure where your maybe energy needs to go, or you're just not seeing the results and think maybe I need someone else to look at, again, reach out. That's what we can do for you as a coach. Look at that plan, look at that system, and do the audit for you. Again, maybe some outside eyes are just the thing you're missing to really take that next step towards your health and fitness goals. So if you're not sure, reach out. We can set up a consultation and get something going that way if that's what you're looking for. But just take that time to really fine tune, hone in on things. Again, we're a month and a half in, so we still got lots of 2023 left to go, but we are a month and a half in. So try to use the experiences you've had this past month and a half. And again, even since maybe October, if you've been with us watching, or if you've gone back to watch previous episodes, again, take a look at those, see the things we've been doing to, again, a few months ago, get that kind of goal setting in place and prepare for this year. Take a look at that, see how you've been doing, and check in. Use these check-in times that hopefully you booked in from us talking about it early February. And again, if you missed that episode, go back a couple of weeks and check that out, where we talked about setting in check-in points. And what can you check on? What can you do? Something like this could be something you work into, one of those progress reports, those check-in times of how things are going. Where's my energy being used where I want it to be? Again, do these audits, do these checks, and then use that information, use the experience you have so far to, again, fine-tune, to maybe take better action. Maybe you're already in action, but you just need to, again, channel things a little better to get the most out of it. Maybe you haven't taken too much action yet because, again, you're trying to get things too perfect, too fine-tuned up front. When really, if you do a little trial and error, see what's working, what's not, then you can kind of fine-tune it. And then maybe some struggles and difficulties now early in the year, or in the last year into this year, maybe will turn into higher successes later this year, because you're going to go through that experience and you have that to draw from, and to, again, to fine-tune things and to adjust them as you need to. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And then if you do that, you'll score a touchdown and have the success you're looking for. Way to tie that in, Pep, to our Super Bowl talk and our reasoning for tonight, our channeling, our energy. Way to put a bow on that, Pep. That was a good conclusion. You'll get that touchdown. You'll score that extra point in working towards your goals and your accomplishments, and you'll get a wave of of happiness come over you and pride for a job well done. And then again, you take that energy and channel it to the next goal, set the next thing and put it up. We want to keep ourselves going. Like we like to say here, we always want to ascend till the end. That's what we're doing. We're trying to get as good as we can, to get a little better every day, reach the goal we've set for ourselves, and then that leads into the next goal, into the next goal, into the next goal. And each one should get a tiny bit easier because we've got the experience, we've got the systems in place for us. We know where we need to put our energy, and we can make use of that and be more efficient each time. So I'm here for you. I'm cheering you on, and I can't wait to see your touchdown dance when you guys all accomplish your goals later on this year. That's it for tonight, gang. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry last week for the glitches. I think I was only on Facebook. We had some tech issues, some internet issues, so things go on. So we're back tonight on our multi-platforms. So hopefully we'll be good to go for the next little while. But again, if you're watching a recording, please reach out as well. Comment, post where you're tuning in from, or just say hello so we can reply back and know who's here, know who's checking us out. If you have any questions, comments, again, put them in the chats, in the comments that we're here as well. And reach out. Follow me again, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram are all at POYBFit. You can follow me there for more content and different things coming up. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks, Bonnie. Thanks, Pep. Thanks, Natty, for the comments, the questions. Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe. Remember, take care of yourself. Our temperature is doing this every day. The weather is up and down as well. So make sure you're getting your rest. Amp up that self-care. Take good care of yourself. Sure, Pep. Hopefully, yeah. Well, we're a little late starting tonight anyway. So I think by the time the notifications get out, it might have been a little late, but Wednesdays at 6, we try to be on as close to that as I can be. So whenever you get here is always a great time for you guys to make it. So have a great week, everyone. Stay safe. And remember, always make yourself the priority that you deserve to be by striving to be operationally fit. Have a great week, guys, and we'll see you next Wednesday.